Uh, how's it going on? So if you are just now tuning in, the objective today, I have a couple pieces of gear that just need to be kind of Giga Masterworked and rolled for a kind of like final variant that I want to run and test for. I'm really trying to do a sub 130-75, and I just kind of need more damage. Like I got the mobility with the Shaco, but I just need more damage. And the way that I would do that is by upgrading my pants here with the Hellbent Commanders and a new amulet. So I'm pretty sure I actually just have the amulet. Like these are good, but they're not what you want. You want the GA int with one of the, like that's okay. You want the GA int with either of the passives. I guess I don't have it. Huh. I thought I did. So you want GA int with Hellbent Commander or Gloom. Which unfortunately is giga expensive. You are not going to be able to get it. So we just have to like roll for it, I guess. And hopefully we get it one of these days. But we still need to actually like fix that masterwork. We also need to fix this masterwork. It'd be cool to fix that masterwork. This one's fine, but I'd really like to hit the mobility cooldown reduction twice on it. And this one's perfect. So we're just playing around and just having some fun. Lucian is not the way to go. That is cool for another build. Why do I have this? Why am I saving this? Oh, I'm saving this for another build. That's for a different build. Okay. This one's the best one I have. The problem is that every rank of Deaths and Brace only gives you 2% damage. It gives you a lot of damage reduction, but only gives you 2. So, can't run this.
Wow. Too bad, friend. All finished, are you?
Yeah, it's like an impossible amulet to get. I thought I had the amulet. I guess I don't. It needs to be a GA int, and then you could have 3. You could have Coalesce Blood, you could have Gloom, or you can have Hellbent Commander. Those are the 3 passives you can have. But it's sort of very difficult to obtain. So we'll do what we can and just kind of have fun with it. We are literally just going to farm Obdicite. And also pay attention for Legion events. That's the other one we're going to look for. Because Legion events are dope now. Doesn't look like there's any Legion events. Also, if you have any questions about the Rat Necro, you're more than welcome to ask. New video was good. Awesome. Glad you enjoyed it. This is like the most chill gameplay ever, dude. You just like press a cube and you just do the work for you, you just run through. I want to see if I can get my movement speed to maximize though. I think that's one thing I'm kind of missing. It's like my movement speed isn't maximized. There we go. Corporeal glyph? Ooh, that's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. For doing speed farms like this, not a bad idea at all, actually. It's actually super smart. I actually really like that. No problem. I'm glad you're having fun with it. Corporeal would be genius, wouldn't it? Because it gives me like what, like 10% movement speed per active minion or some bullshit? I can't remember. It's something stupid. 1% for each active minion. Oh, okay. So it's only 14%. So it's only going to give me 14% movement speed, which isn't enough. Yeah, there's no magic nodes that increase my movement speed, unfortunately. It would be a good one, but like 14% isn't enough. The thing that would really actually make this work amazingly enough would be the whole, where it would be the, let's see if I have boots. There's a specific pair of boots. The ones that when you evade, you get these things right here, right? Like these would work. These would work, but these boots are rolled, so like it wouldn't work. But I would need a pair of boots like these. These are fine. Yeah, these ones. Perfect. I just need the ones that when I evade, how far away from 200 are you? Pretty far. We're pretty far, dude. Yeah, we're pretty far. We're not doing too hot. So like having it to where my evade, and remember my teleport counts as an evade. I'm always evading like all the time. This would be very nice. Because it doesn't need to be very long. It doesn't need to last very long. It just needs to last for like 2 seconds where I have that maximum mobility before I go again. Oh man, I was hoping. I was like, wow, we got an intelligence one. See, nah. See if I can hit the tempers on it. Like the boots are like the most, like these are the ones you really do not like a big roll on, to be honest. I mean, yeah, I could go for that. All right, and then the other one is profane. We need curse size. Okay, looks like we are going to be using a scroll of retempering in that. Wow, bottom roll curse size? Are you kidding me? All right, whatever. Yeah, you kind of do need to swap boots a lot. I don't know what the maximum, 23%? Okay, so we got to go for 23%. Or do I even need that? Because as soon as I teleport and I don't know, we'll see. I still think it's something you want to do. That's fine. 22.5%. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Cool. I don't even think it matters, dude. I think that's fine. I think that's absolutely fine.
Return soon.
Yeah, and the cooldown is so short because of all the cooldown reduction I have. That it just works out like, okay, I didn't, you know, get to teleport, but now I'm moving at 200% movement speed.
Be ready.
So it kind of works out. Oh, I didn't free that one. They're all right in that like one area. That's kind of funny. Mogginsburg is usually up here. Thank you. Home room, cool. It's a very chill build. Dude, there's just like zero effort involved, like whatsoever. You just press Q spacebar and you decrepify sometimes and things just kind of fall over. I literally don't have to do anything. Very memey. Well, it's unfortunate that that one didn't have any. Oh, and I got another intelligence one that still didn't have a passive to it. Damn. It seems the G8 int is actually really easy to get. It's just G8 int plus a passive that's really fucking hard to get. Oops, missed that. So easy a caveman can do it, dude. Another amulet. Another amulet? Interesting. How many amulets did I get? Like, what? Yeah, that amulet's by far the hardest piece of gear to get in this entire build, dude. It's like not even a competition. Where is this one? That. I'll keep those. Cool. There we go. Found it. I'm gonna try something different with the strong room, dude. I want to try something just to see what happens. I have no idea what's going to happen with it, but I really want to try it. Also, I want that. Thank you. I also think that for these runs, the cooldown reduction is better than the Myriad. And I think Great Feast is much better too. Okay, so you know what? I can't. I'll do it next run. Okay, so we want this one, and this one. Cool. Good. So I'll complete this ritual real quick. Okay, now we're just gonna... I just want to try something. That is like so dumb. It's like so dumb. Yeah. Ah, I got an escalation sigil. Cool. It's like, dude, it's so easy a caveman can do it. It's so chill, dude. I love this build. I love it. It's my favorite necromancer build ever, dude. I can never get bored of playing this build because there are times where I just want to chill and it just works, and then there are times where I actually want to play and like I can, you know. So this one's Feast. This one would do Great Feast. This is like, I'm gonna go the ultimate. Yeah. We're going the ultimate. And then I need to masterwork this. I actually do need to kind of like finish the masterworking here. Though I would really like to get a double hit on the mobility cooldown reduction. That would be nice. just because I'm bored. Yeah, I didn't expect mobility cooldown reduction to actually be this hard to hit. Sorry. One with Mage Master GA 95% and another pair that's GA summon damage and perfect unique. What would these be about the same? No, they would not. The 95% Mastery GA and the Mage Mastery is definitely the better one for sure. Yes. All right, cool. All right. Okay. So now I have it to where when I evade, now I have it to where when I don't even know if what's the other one that I'm running? Igni? Okay. You could run Nagu, but I think Igni's just better. Yeah, because when I was doing the math on it, you want Nagu, Zek, and then Igni Jaw, yeah. So here's how this one's gonna work, boys. We are going a maximum mobility here. Because I have Great Feast and I have enough cooldown reduction in the build where like I don't care and I don't need to reap things. This is the laziest necromancer build. This is going to be the laziest shit you've ever seen. I am literally not like it's lazier to Decrepify because I don't even have to cast Decrepify. I am literally just going to run through the dungeon. Things are just going to die. I don't need to do anything. And because I have the cooldown reduction now, if I see elites, I will Decrepify them. But you can see the cooldown on my Sever is pretty low. You. Honestly, I think this is the best way to actually get through it. Like, I understand the whole Obfuscite thing, but I think it's actually slower than just getting through and trying to get the Obfuscite from the Escalation Sigil Protocol, and then just, like, actually trying to get the Strong Room. Thanks. The world's laziest Necromancer build, bro. Literally press your Q and your spacebar. Don't even think, dude. Stop thinking. If you're thinking, you're doing it wrong. Where am I going? Oh, alright. I literally don't have to think, dude. It's great. The true rat necro, dude. I'll call these elites. It's a decent amount of obfuscate. Yeah. Ignijaw. Isn't it worth trying to click all the Horadrim artifacts? So far, I haven't noticed any better drops. No, it's not worth it. Definitely not worth it. The world's laziest necromancer build. I can't keep saying it, dude. It's so lazy, bro. It's so easy. I don't even have to aim. I don't have to do anything. I just move through the dungeon and things die. It's almost as lazy as the macroed lightning spear sork, dude. But I don't have to run macros. You know? Like, no macros required. I think that's the best part of it too, because you can't run a macro build on a controller. That's the problem, right? So if you're a PC build, that's why Lightning Spear Sork is like the best thing ever, because that's just what you do. You run macros on a PC. But if you're a controller player, that build isn't possible. Whereas this build, I'm not aiming anything, guys. I don't have to aim jack shit. Like, it's just straight up. It's... Alright. Oh, look. Alright. There you are. Some dude was saying that, like, it was a really ass-end opposite comment on one of the videos. He was like, I like the try, but this isn't going to be viable unless they buff it by like 25 tiers. And I'm just like, you want it to speedrun pit 100s in 2 minutes? And you guys, no, but I don't want it to be 50 pit tiers behind everything else. I was like, what do you mean everything else? Like, it cleared a pit 109. The next best thing in line is a 116, so it's only 7 pit tiers behind. But, and he's like, yeah, but Spiritborn's completing 131s. And I was like, yeah, but the Spiritborn is like triple dipping into bugs, so the Spiritborn doesn't count. He goes, no, it still counts, because that's what people are running. I was like, okay, so then what you're saying is you want a build not to be buffed, but you want it to function off of bugs, because every other build that's not functioning off of bugs cannot complete what a Spiritborn does. But if you're comparing everything to a Spiritborn, then you want all the builds to function as the bug builds are doing. And he goes, yes, I think that should be the standard. I was like, you think the standard in the game should be that people can run pit 100s in 2 minutes? He goes, yeah, I don't see the problem. The fact that, like, the top 10% of players can barely get glyph 100s is a problem. And I go, oh my god, bro. Like, no. No, dude. No. No. That is not the right take to have. Alrighty. I don't know if I'm a fan of the fact that I have to leave the dungeon. Like, I have to leave the strong room to leave the dungeon. Like, why can't I teleport to town from the dungeon? Seems a little weird to me. Alright. So if you guys didn't know, the best Obdicite. Oh yes, the new Obdicite farming strips. Someone was like, "Oh, by the way, they didn't fix the problem." I was like, "They absolutely fixed the problem." So if you guys didn't know, there was an Obdicite bug with the strong room where if you didn't complete the quest, you still got the Obdicite and stuff from it, and you could just keep repeating the quest for the strong room. And I was like, "How is this any different than just having sigils that have strong rooms on them?" Like, you know, like, what's the difference here? You're running a dungeon to get to a strong room, and that dungeon has a set endpoint, whereas the other ones don't necessarily have set endpoints, which means you can get the strong room right in the beginning. So, like, how is this any better? Like, what's different about it? Well, the difference is that you don't actually need to farm sigils to have strong rooms on them. I'm like, yeah, but if you get sigils with strong rooms on them, then you're gonna get escalation sigils, and escalation sigils always have strong rooms on them, so that means that you get, with an escalation sigil, out of the 4 or 3 dungeons that you're doing, one of them you're gonna get a strong room, and the other one you're gonna get a strong room and a half. So you're doing 3 dungeons to get 2.5 dungeons worth of strong rooms from an escalation sigil, and if you get 2 strong rooms, then it's even more worth it, right? So like, what is this bug doing? Yes, it is. And an Exorable Reaper. It's the mage build. It's the mage build with an Exorable Reaper and Jaw Rune, yes. So, you know, like, what is this abuse, this bug really doing? Like, how is this actually better than just running nightmare dungeons with strong rooms, and then when the strong room drops an escalation sigil, you do the escalation sigil? Like, how is it any better? So that was my first argument. But then what happened was they fixed it to make it so that if you had the quest, it doesn't drop Obdicite for you anymore, right? Which is cool. Do this one and this one. Which is cool. But now someone figured out that, like, oh, if someone's already completed it and then you have someone who does have the quest, then the person who's already completed it will get the Obdicite from that bug. I'm like, okay, so what you're saying is you have to have someone who has the quest. Oh, okay. You have to have someone who has the quest, someone who doesn't have the quest, and the person who doesn't have the quest is the one that's going to get the Obdicite, but the person who doesn't get the Obdicite. So, like, what's in it for the person who doesn't get the Obdicite? Like, what's the purpose of them even doing it? You know what I'm saying? Am I missing something? No, I'm not missing anything. They just stay like it still isn't fixed. I'm like, no, it's absolutely fixed at that point. Because that means the person who doesn't have the quest literally gets nothing out of it. So the only people who do get something out of it are people who are running multiple accounts, and they're running a bot that's following their character around who doesn't have the quest. That's how you make that worth it. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, dude, just use the sigils and just go find the strong rooms. Like, it's... Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, why are we overcomplicating the shit out of this? Just run the stupid... Look, I got an escalation sigil. Ta-da! Okay, so now what do I do, right? Okay, I have an escalation sigil. So I just ran in, I got the strong room. The same amount of time it would have taken as the quest. I got a strong room. Now I have an escalation sigil. I run the escalation sigil. If I get a strong room plus the escalation sigil completion, that's 2.5 dungeons worth of Obdicite. And you don't need to do any of the things. You just run through the escalation sigil. Like, if you are legitimately trying to do anything like kill the rares and stuff, it's a waste of your time. Just run through. Use one strong room key and should TP from boss to boss. Seems like a waste of time, but whatever. That's the idea. Like this, right? I'm just gonna run through. There's a different bug? What's the different bug? Like, I know, I just researched it. on the strong room bug. So maybe I'm mistaken. That entire bug, when I learned about the strong room bug with the quest, I was just like, that is the biggest waste of time I've ever seen, dude. I used the boss to boss bug to farm sigils. Igni Jaw Naguzek. Okay, explain this bug to me, the boss to boss bug. Because I might try it out and just see. Like, I've been proven wrong before, I'll try it out. Explain that bug to me and I'll do it. If I get like that, I'm gonna stay here and kill all those guys, because obviously that's a decent amount of obfuscite. Go to the boss layers until you see the indicator for a strong room. Okay, got you. Then what? Okay, so use the strong room sigil as soon as you get to the dungeon. Open your map, TP to any boss layer. If there's the strong room pointer, go to it. If not, TP to the next boss. Wait, what? Hold on. I'll have to look at this after I'm done with this escalation sigil. Why I hate suppressors, even though I have the thing that shuts down suppressors. It still doesn't work sometimes. It's very, very annoying. It's so annoying. Okay. So I guess the switch wasn't down there. There's the switch. Get me out. Fuck this. If I see a suppressor elite, I'm not even gonna bother, dude. Fuck that. Not worth my time. It's a regular elite, I'll kill it. I'll just run through. Because I have to kill everything. Ew. There we go. Net's about 30k obfuscite per hour. That's so not worth it. That's so not worth it. Oh my god, no. I'm not even gonna do it. If that's how much you're getting, like, nah. I don't know. I'll try the. We'll see. Why is it giving me so many Heroic Vials? Jeez. Take that. Take that. I think that's all I need. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Then go to the strong room. When you're done with the strong room, just keep going to boss layers until you get to the next strong room. When you're out of escalation sigils, that should you do. Okay, so when you're out of escalation sigils, I got you. There's also an unyielding commander bug. If you overlap your army of the dead cast, you lose unyielding commander. So if you have time to the end and start of each one to get the benefit of unyielding. Oh, that's fucking ass. I didn't know about that. Yeah, that sucks. Oh, I got another coalesced blood. Yeah, that might be why people aren't running army or unyielding commander. So here's the thing, like if you have all of these dungeons, what's the purpose of doing that, right? Like why not just open this dungeon and just go to it? You know that there's going to be a strong room there. You run it until you have an escalation sigil. But when you're out, when you're completely out of escalation sigils and you don't have any sigils that have strong rooms, I guess, or if you only have one that has a strong room, that's what you do until you can get an escalation sigil, I guess. And that sounds like a plan. I get it. So unyielding commander is better for things like, I would agree that it might be better for things like it's not much better than you think it is, because Soul Rift giving you the 15% damage multiplier plus another rank of the Reaper's Pursuit, or the Reaper's Pursuit, like when you multiply those together, it's not as big of a difference as you would think. But it is objectively better, but it's not objectively better by enough to push us to another pit tier. I wouldn't even say it's better for Belial, to be honest. Army of the Dead is just, it's just whack, dude. I don't know. Like it's just not. Shadow damage in this game, the reason why shadow damage is so effing strong is two things. It's really just two. It's the Reaper Sacrifice mixed with Reaper's Pursuit. It's just those two things just really, and Gloom. Like Gloom, I would say it's really Gloom. It's not Reaper's Pursuit. I'd say it's Gloom. Like Gloom and the Reaper Sacrifice just make it so that nearly every single shadow build is just stronger. Like if we look at all of the top builds right now for necromancers, you know that all three of them are shadow. Like look at all the top builds for necromancer right now, they're all shadow builds, all of them. I think that's an issue. I think they should take a look at that. God, I love how lazy this build is, bro. Okay, I missed the strong room somewhere. There's a strong room in here. We gotta go find it. There you go. Oh, how did that Minion Shadowblight build come out, by the way? There's my escalation sigil. Yeah, I can't. But like, how can I not leave dungeon or teleport back to town from here? That's so. I don't know. Grr. Oh, also, I want to check out legions because I heard legions were dope now after Forgotten Souls. How do I even? You know what? Where's Helltides? We gotta go back to Helltides.com, dude. Oh my gosh. Can't believe that's still a site. Legion, 16 minutes. Cool. Which Shadow Mage are you running in Book of the Dead? Still extra attack or times 3 damage? Times 3 damage. The extra attack is a 33% damage multiplier over time. And the extra damage is just a 42% damage multiplier. So it's just better. Because it's flat damage right now. I don't have to wait for it. And it actually is just straight up more damage. So. Oh, hello. All that. Thank you. And this far in the dungeon, I'm just gonna complete the dungeon. Because it gives me Obdicite when I complete. Usually like 600 or something. Oh wait, no, this is an escalation schedule. What am I doing? No wonder I was like, wait a minute. It's like something's weird. Laboratory door. Usually it's like over here. Oh, I guess not. It's over there. Usually it's over there. Oh well. I don't think it's like kill everything in the laboratory. If I remember correctly, this is a kill all. No. Yes, it is. Oh, that's right. So we're just gonna slowly travel through. Let minions do minion things. Jeez. Put himself into a corner to where my disintegration ray couldn't touch him. Thank you. All right, we got a strong room here. Sweet. No escalation sigil. Oh. We push forward. Oh, this is Commodore Temple. Okay, I know I'm wrong. They're at all density. We all did off site. What time is it? Oh, okay.
How I've dreamed of this moment. Let us fight. It is over. How sweet the pain of destruction.
JCR?
Until
Ah.
next time.
But I guess we could see how much Obdicite I'm getting in an hour from doing it this way, because I have to stop at 3:30 anyway. So let's go ahead and write down how much we have. Let's see here. I have 21.9k. Okay. Holy RAM overload. Jesus. All right.
I cannot.
Okay. Hello? There we go. There's probably a build, but like I hate the idea of thorns, dude. I've never liked thorns ever. I know that people like there are some people who love the idea of like something hits me and you die because of it. But I hate that concept because I have to literally wait for the thing to hit me. It's like, if the thing decides not to hit me, it doesn't get dealt damage. I am so not a fan of that. But that's me personally. That was a really lame strong room. the escalation schedule. We exit. We exit. Actually, I'll just do this. Oh, I can't. That's super awesome. I have to actually leave now. Have you tried the machine gun Shadow Blight build? Like the mage? Yeah, I have the machine gun mage Shadow Blight. I have. That's actually my own. Real talk on Thorns. Thorns has tons of bugs for the last few seasons, and most Thorns multis don't work with Necro. They used to. It's broken as fuck. There's huge test posts on the forums and shit. Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly. Agreed. Agreed. TLDR, don't use it. Yeah, there you go. TLDR, it's bad. The machine gun Shadow Blight build is actually the build I'm going to do next week. Because I think it actually can do speed builds or speed runs pretty well. We're going to be doing the exact same tech with the Inexorable Reapers and the Igni Jaw. But I want to see if Shadow Blight's damage with Evan Piercer is enough to actually do some good work in like T75s and shit. There's no way. God damn it. How is it, like, my Sever's the thing that actually makes me unstoppable, but I guess that was the one that just, like, didn't work. Oh my god, who designs these dungeons? It is very fun. I have a video of it on my YouTube if you want to check it out. My last video is so weird, dude. It's like, okay, so it has the lowest amount of likes per view ratio, but the likes to dislikes ratio is higher than most of the videos that I have. It also has the lowest comments to views ratio, but it has more views than the last 8 videos I've put out. So it's like, it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen, dude. has the lowest likes and comments ratio to views that I've had, but it has more views and a higher like to dislike ratio than anything else. It is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. There is a build guide on my YouTube. There is literally a video, and it has both the planners and it has everything in it for you. Yep. Go check it out. Few seasons ago, like season 5 for the fixed enemy lightning damage, you could one-shot the entire map with Thorns minions because lightning damage was terribly scaled high and Thorns bug scaled off of it ground effect damage. That's hilarious. Daniel, you're about this close to becoming a mod in my Discord, homie. Homie knows 3 times more about the Necro than I do. I can't mod, I'm farming Belial. I just watch every YouTube video while my minion kills bosses. Yeah. For sure, dude. I feel it. Nom 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 nom. Give me all the obdicite. Give me all the obdicite. Take you. I'll take you. And that's it. Thank you. Okay, we want the ones that are Heroic Strong Room. So take that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Okay, we can delete all the others. You want a 4 GA Fist of Fate? Yeah. Well, I'll see you in 3,000 Belial runs. There's a guy that commented on the video that was just like, hey, so 4 GA unique is like more rare than a single GA mythic. And I go, yeah, that makes sense. They are way more rare than a single GA mythic for sure. And he's like, yeah, but you have 2 pieces of gear on your build that require 4 GA. I was like, on the perfected variant? And he goes, yeah. I was just like, that's because it's perfected. Like, what? If it's the perfected variant, doesn't that mean, like, shouldn't literally everything be like GA? Like everything is quadruple, triple GA? You know? Does anyone know what the shrines do in this freaking place? Someone please help. I need an adult. I don't know what the shrines do. Hello? That was a very bad strong room. Wait, no, wait, go back. Did you see it? I saw it. You never know. You never know. There you are. Interesting. Yeah, shrines are weird. I got a 3-star Fist of Fate with 265 and one of my early Belial kills. Not sure what class or spec to use it on. There's a bunch. Like the... Okay, so Fist of Fate is designed to be... I'm so mad, bro. Why couldn't that roll GA intelligence with Gloom? Man. Hey, baby, what's up? With what? Need more alcohol? Okay. Be right back, guys. Right now. That's not 3:30. All right, so we're gonna add like 3 minutes. All right. To our per hour thing here. So yeah, so the thing with the thing about Fist of Fate is that Fist of Fate builds are all designed around lucky hit chance. So if you're running Fist of Fate, the reason why you're running it is because you have a build that's functioning around lucky hit chance. Like the Azrath Chain Lightning build. That functions around lucky hit chance. I don't know if that build actually uses Fist of Fate, but you can. You can see what I'm saying? Like, because the build is completely designed around lucky hits actually being procced, right? So you could use Fist of Fate in that build, and it would work really well. I tested Eliminator versus both at 96. Like, the Glyph is at 96? Or a Pit 96. All right, and what did you test it with? I didn't enable multipliers that shouldn't matter. It absolutely does, and that's why. That's why. I didn't enable multipliers, and that shouldn't matter. It absolutely does. It absolutely matters. That is a huge thing. All right, guys, we're gonna put a pause to the timer here. I'm gonna explain. I'm talking about EG Damned. Yeah, did you turn on Blood Priest? Like, did you use Raise Dead and turn on the Blood Priest? Right, but did you turn on Priest? Like, did you Raise Dead and turn on Priest? Yeah, but I'll give it another go. Okay, but if you said that you didn't turn on any multipliers, and Raise Dead is a multiplier, do you see what I'm saying? So let me, okay, here's how it works, right? And this is why turning on all the multipliers is important. All right. So this is the way that all damage in the game works with any type of additive value damage, right? So we're going to use crit damage as our thing. Let's say that we have 0% crit hit damage, and we're dealing 10 damage. This is how much damage we are dealing with each hit. Okay, we have 0% CHC, but we have 100% CHC. Okay, so we're going to crit every single time, right? Now, let's say that my additive value is 100%. Okay, and then let's say that I have this CHD multi that is 50% X. Okay. All right. Here's how this works, right? So the thought process here is that this in terms of a coefficient is 2, and this in terms of a coefficient is 1.5. Okay. And so the idea is that when you crit, the 10 damage is going to get multiplied by the 2, and then it's going to get multiplied by the 1.5 because you crit, therefore the additive damage is being put into the additive pool, and then the CHD multiplied, and so you're getting this. And so it should be across like this. right? And it should be 30 damage. That's what we think should be happening, but that's not what's happening. What's actually happening in the game is that for whatever reason, this 50% CHD multi, when it's active, applies to the additive. The additive then applies to this, and then you apply this. So it double dips. And so what happens is you have the 10 damage, you have the 2 coefficient that's being modified right here, but then it's getting modified by here. So this really actually gets turned into that. Then it's multiplied by that. And so what happens is that you have your 10 multiplied by 3 multiplied by that, and it's actually 45 damage. This is what's happening with any type of multiplier in the game that modifies some specific type of additive value. So if you have multipliers like Priest gives minions a 30% multiplier, right? And let's say that you have 15,000% mage damage, right? So if you're doing 10 damage, and you have 15,000%, the idea is like, okay, well, this just turns into 151, or I think it's 151. No, it's 1,500. No, it's 151. I was right. Okay. So it's a 1,000 or 151 multiplier, and then you have the 30%. So it should just be this, right? This is what should be happening, is 10 times this, and we're good to go. But that's not what's happening. What's actually happening is this is getting modified by this as well. And so really what it is it's this times this times this. And that's why. Do you see how much bigger this is? Like, all it was a 30% damage multiplier, but it dipped again, and now we're doing this much damage. So when you're testing out your Eliminator glyph against dummies, you need to actually make sure that you have every single multiplier online that can affect minions, because that is going to actually apply into the skeletal mage damage and throw it into a double dipping mechanic that goes super high. That's why. This works with literally every single multiplier that modifies an additive value in the game. It's stupid, and it's really, really difficult to do damage with that, but that is what's happening. That's why people run those glyphs that they do. No. Like, as soon as I put on that mage glyph, dude, my damage went through the roof. That mage glyph is insane. Like, when you play it against a dummy and you're testing it the way that you're testing it, Eliminator definitely is going to come out on top. But if you, like, dude, I'm telling you, man, like, when you turn on all the multipliers, man, and you play in, like, you actually go out and you test it, like, you don't even need to see the damage numbers. You just see how quickly things are dying. Like, I'm telling you, mage is, like, vastly superior. Nice. I love getting these two next to each other. Why are you running such high attack speed percent on your rat mage, by the way? That is a great question. Seriously, that is actually a better question than you think it is, because you would think that, yo, we don't need to have that much attack speed when we have all this summon attack speed in our Paragon, right? So like, why are we trying to max it out at 100% for cult, like the Cult Leader Paragon glyph, right? That's what you're wondering, because we don't need it. You're looking at the Paragon board, and you look at this right here, and you go, for each 20% attack speed bonus they have. So like, we have a bunch of things that give us attack speed, right? So like, if the summon attack speed is like 20%, we don't need 100%, we only need 80%. And then we also have the elixir advantage. Like, we don't need that much attack speed, right? No, we actually do need to hit 100. Well, technically we need to hit 89%. 89% is technically like the cap that we're really trying to hit. And the reason being is because minions have an attack speed breakpoint, which is right here. So this is actually wrong. This is 149%. Okay. So here's what happens. If you have, this is actually a post that someone actually, let's see if I can pull it up. Mage attack speed. Is it this one? It's this one. Okay, check it out. Check it out. Check it out. All right. So this was a post from a year ago, and this is somewhat true, but not completely true, right? I tested this out myself too. So between 41% and 91%, there is, according to this guy, there's no difference in how fast your mages attack. That is true. Between 41% attack speed and 91%, between 41% attack speed and 91% attack speed, your mages are going to attack at 11 times per second. 11 times in 10 seconds. Okay? So 11 times in 10 seconds is how many times they're attacking. And if you're curious to like what that is in frames, it's just equals 10 divided by 11. And you have that. And so now you have, I think it's this divided by 60. No. It was 60 divided by that, right? No, it's this, it's this 60, this divided by 60, yeah. No, it should be actually greater. How many frames is this? It's just this divided by 0.016, I think. Yeah, it's 57 frames, okay? So what happens here is that between 41% and 91% attack speed, your mages attack once every 57 frames, okay? That's how it works. Once you hit 91% attack speed, it goes to 12, which is 50 frames, okay? So what happens, it says here that the mages now have this linearly increasing amount of attack speed. The way he tested this was not exactly totally true, because mages have this weird derp manipulator and like how they attack. And so it's not exactly true on how this is working. There are still breakpoints. And the next breakpoint that you can get to is 130%. That will put you into a point to where they're attacking 13 times per second. And at 13 times in 10 seconds, which is, hold on, this divided by 0.01666. Okay, so now you're at 46 frames. And then at 149%, it goes to 42 frames. All right. And then when you get to 178%, it goes to 16 attacks per second, which is, or sorry, not per second, it's per whatever. 0.01666. 37 frames. Okay. Or it should be 38 frames. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay, so there you go, right? So these are the attack speed frames. So this one is 41% to 91%. This is 91% to 130%. This is 149%. We'll just say, actually, right, 90. This is 91%. That's 91%. That's 130%. That's 149%. And this is 178%. Okay, there you go. These are your frames for attack speed on your mages. Okay? So the thing is that what we can do is we can get from this point to this point by literally just using Reap and Myriad. We do not need to do anything in our build other than do that. As long as we have 91% attack speed, which is what we want because we need to maximize our attack speed for Cult Leader, when we Reap with Myriad using a Harlequin, because we can do that because the cooldown in our Soul Rift is high enough, we can just jump from 50 frames to 42 frames, and our minions just attack faster. That's why we focus on getting attack speed as much as we do.
Know that I have your back.
Oh, so Gloom in the Amulet is actually better. Yes, it is better, but here's the problem. Gloom only works when you're near the target and they actually get hit by your shadow damage being your mages. You want your mages to basically one-tap them. Now, you can kind of get away with it on Gloom using Soul Rift, because Soul Rift should be able to activate Gloom pretty fast. And I would argue that technically that's probably better. I would argue that Gloom in your Amulet is better, which is what I'm trying to go for right now. So I probably will make that change, but most people won't be able to hit that attack speed breakpoint unless they have absolutely giga fucking gear. And so for most people, it's probably going to be attack speed in the Amulet in order to hit that breakpoint, because yes, that is important. It lowers their frames from 56 to 42 by doing that. And that is a significant damage increase that is more than what Gloom gives. But if you have the gear, I would argue that Gloom is better, which is the one I'm trying to go for right now. I would absolutely be in favor with what you're talking about, yes. There's just so many if-thens. This is what I'm talking. This build is really like, it's got a lot of breakpoints and a lot of things that cause it to scale, and you have to make a lot of changes as you're building it, and I tried to make it as simplistic as possible for most people. But like I said in the video, there's a lot of things, and in the comment, there are a lot of like weird interactions with this build that I just couldn't cover, and the video is already 20 minutes long. I don't think that I need to sit here and talk about like attack speed breakpoints being that in-depth, and then like how it compares with the Gloom damage. You know, like that's just gonna go over like 99% of people's heads, which is why I have the stream and why I have the comments where you can come in and you can ask, and I will answer that for you. So when we're talking about speed runs, it's about one-shotting. You want to one-shot more than attack faster, right? Because it's like, okay, if I'm attacking something over 5 seconds, right? And I'm able to, if I'm attacking something over 5 seconds, and in that 5 seconds I'm able to attack it 6 times versus 5 times, but then I have something that gives me a 15% damage multiplier. Obviously, being able to attack 6 times in 5 seconds is a bigger damage increase than having a 15% damage multiplier. But if I'm doing speed runs and I want to kill it in literally 1 second, not 5 seconds, then wouldn't the 15% damage multiplier be better? That's how you have to think about it when it comes to speeds. Flat damage and just being able to deal damage now on demand will always be better than trying to like have increased amounts of damage over time. Which is why in the pit pushing variant, you actually run the one where your mages attack more often to upkeep Ahu Quacks more. You also really try to go for other things that like getting your mages to attack faster usually is better, but not always. There's some multipliers that are stronger than that. Took 27 minutes and got 4K Obdicite. Oof. Is that because I'm on console? It could be. I'm not for sure. It definitely... I don't know. I don't think so. I think the problem is that you really need to be able to be accurate and aim your Sever. Because Sever doesn't go through doorways, right? So check this out, right? Here we go. Here's a great example. You see how this... You see this... I can't get through this, right? You guys see this little stairway? I can't get through it, right? There's nothing I can do. I'm severing and I cannot get through it, right? But check this out. Oops. Why can't I go through it? I should be able to teleport through this. There you go. See how I can teleport through that? But I can't sever through it, right? Can't sever through it, but I can teleport through it, right? So you need to know the map and just have map knowledge of like how to actually go through that. And when you are doing your sever, you always want to sever when there's a straight line, right? I don't want to sever here. I don't want to sever from here to here, because if I sever from here to here, it isn't going to work, right? I want to sever down in a straight line or teleport down in a straight line. Or what I could do, if I really want to be advanced with it, is I can teleport from here to here. That I can do. So if you want to have a cool little trick, what you could do is you could sever down to this point, teleport to that point, and then sever. And it'll kind of look like this. See if I can do it right. Sever, teleport, sever, right? So you can do some pretty cool tricks if you understand how the teleport and the sever are working. Teleport, sever, teleport. You see how much ground I covered by doing that? Because I understood the difference between my teleport and my sever and positioning it. That's kind of how you want to do it. Play with this build long enough to figure out some tricks. Like this, right? I can't sever through that, but you know what I can do? I can teleport through it. Or I can't. What the fuck? I don't know. Sometimes you can, I guess. I always just try to find straight lines. Find straight lines and use that. This is why, like, trying to challenge yourself in speeds is really good for you, because it'll force you to, like, be really efficient with these sever teleports. You can also teleport through most doors, not all of them, but most doors you can teleport through. So you can, like, save, like this, you can save your teleport and go through it, right? Or this one, you can save your teleport and go through it. But you can't sever through a door. So you just gotta know the difference. I don't know if you can teleport through here. I'm gonna try. Yes, you can. There you go, see? So by understanding where your teleport can do, you can really abuse it. So always try to look for shortcuts like that, right? Like look at your map and look for shortcuts where you can abuse the teleport. Because your sever can't go through walls, it can't go through gaps, it can't do any of that, but teleport can. So like this, if you have a gap, maybe you can go through it, so you can try it. Boom, see how I went right through it? You can do that. Always look for straight lines. That's the easiest way to improve your mobility with this build, is when you're looking at your mini map, always look for the straight lines. Never try to like go through a corner unless you really have the knowledge on being able to do that. Like right here, don't try to go through this corner unless you know you can try to teleport through it. Go for the straight line instead. So I come down here and I go through the straight line. And you just keep looking for those straight lines, like this one, and then like there's a straight line right here. There's a straight line here. And you see how I'm going around the corners before I do my sever or I do my teleports? I am literally looking for the straight lines. And sometimes I mess up, but play it long enough, you kind of figure it out. Ah, there's so many elites. Strong room. There you are. What is my endgame goal? My endgame goal is to make a Necro do a pit 75 in under a minute and a half. I'm a different type of content creator, man. I don't go for the pit pushing. I hate pit pushing. I can't stand the fucking RNG shit, dude. Can't do it. Even with speedruns, there is sort of a bit of an RNG to it. But I think there's a lot of value in being able to do speed content faster. I think you get more from doing speed content than you do pit pushing, though I do understand that people want to do pit pushing to show off the big dick energy. I totally get it. But it's just not for me, man. Like, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of it. Oh. I'm all about being able to run shit super fast. I've always liked speed stuff. It's just my cup of tea. So I let the big boys, you know, do their thing where they talk about you know, they do their pit fishing builds and they talk about them. I think there's value to that because people got to get their level 100 glyphs, right? Another thing that I would really like to do is be able to do a pit 100 in under 5 minutes with minions. That is something I would really like to do, but I need super GG gear to do that shit. But that would be super awesome. I would love to be able to do a sub 5 minute pit 100 with minions. That would be awesome. Well, I think that's honestly just a case of like, this is the problem with like the current way it is that ARPGs, I just don't think that ARPGs are built for the mass audience of people in general, right? Like, I don't think it's a generational thing. I think it's a case of like just a gamer thing. See, I think back in the day, let Astroth fall off here. And drop. Just okay. So I think that back in the day, right, you have to think of like what type of people were playing video games back in like 1995 to 2005, right? What type of people played video games back then? And honest to God, it was people who they really enjoyed the concept of putting in extra 20 hours worth of time to get a 1% upgrade. Like, that was just their mentality back then, because no one else really played video games. They saw it as a waste of time. It wasn't socially acceptable, right, at that time. Like in the 1990s and the early 2000s, video games were not doing nearly as well as they are now, right? Now, 25 years later, video games are much more socially acceptable, right? It's just the way the times work. That's just, you know, it's just the way it is. But what that means is that the population, like the percentage of people who are coming into play, it isn't that like the mindset has changed. It's not that like like for me, I'm still willing to play hundreds and hundreds of hours doing something the same way that like Diablo 2 gave us rewards. I'm still willing to do it, but a lot of people aren't. A lot of people who play Diablo 4 are not willing to put in the amount of hours I put in or other content creators put in. But like the average content creator mindset was what the majority of the mindset of people were back in like the late 90s and early 2000s, because those are the people that were playing video games. So nothing's really changed there. It's just it's expanded to a larger, broader audience, and larger, broader audiences don't like the concept of ARPGs, being that everything is dictated by RNG and it puts in a lot of hours of your time for a very small amount of increase in your actual build. People do not like that very much. That's just the identity of an ARPG, dude. It's all RNG dependent, and you're gonna spend thousands of hours to get like a 10% upgrade. That's just how ARPGs roll. Most people don't like that, and that's totally fine. But to a other set of population, people really like that. That's why Path of Exile is very successful, right? There are a lot of people out there that kind of like that idea. But Diablo 4 kind of marketed itself to more of the general audience, and so the general audience isn't very happy with the fact that it's kind of like pushing and nudging itself more into like the audience that Path of Exile 2 likes. And if you think that this game is like, you should try Path of Exile, dude. Path of Exile will make you love and appreciate Diablo 4, I promise you. But Path of Exile is dictated by like all of the higher content creators, the streamers, the bigger gamers. Like Path of Exile 2 is way better. And I agree, Path of Exile 2 is a way better game. The problem is that you put that game into the hands of like the general audience, they're going to disagree with you. It will, like the general audience will, I promise you, you play Path of Exile 2 and you will appreciate what Diablo 4 gives you. I promise you. I promise you, you will all of a sudden become very appreciative of just how casual Diablo 4 is. Yeah. Thank you. I got some maxed out on my gear. Oh, channeling shrines. That's nice. Yeah, we like D4 for the ease of use. I don't mind the grind. I grew up playing EverQuest, right? I don't know. With my full rotation and everything, I get 52.7 billion out of Eliminator and 51.2 billion out of Mage with full rotation. Well, does your Amulet have Hellbent Commander and stuff? Like, do you have the GA Hellbent Commander, the GA Skeletal Mage Mastery with like all of the hits in it? You know what I'm saying? Like in your gear, the things that give you the passive upgrades to Hellbent Commander and to Skeletal Mage Mastery, have you triple hit them? Like, do your gloves look like this? Like, I actually have to re-roll this. I actually need a better one, but it needs to be 3 ranks in the Hellbent Commander, so it's 6 ranks. You want 6 ranks to Hellbent Commander. Or things like this. Do you have the GA Hellbent Commander with a single hit into the Hellbent Commander here? I have 14 Mage Mastery, 13 Hellbent, and 10 Coalesced. Well, that would be why. That's why Eliminator is doing better for you. So 14 Skeletal Mage Mastery is good. 13 Hellbent. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, man. You got some good shit. And some good gear. And you're running summon damage and stuff, and you're running like summon damage as your tempers and stuff. Oh, you should definitely reroll that amulet and triple out the Hellbent Commander. Or not, you don't need the, I don't think, yeah, you triple it, because it'll give you the 6 ranks to Hellbent Commander. You definitely want that over Coalesced Blood, for sure. Okay. That's not bad. Yeah, I mean, if Eliminator's working for you, then run Eliminator, dude. What's the best place to farm for Necromancer Amulets? The pit. The pit is the best place to farm for Necromancer Amulets. I did the math on the crits. Coalesced comes out on top. Coalesced, you're saying Coalesced is better than Hellbent Commander? If Hellbent Commander is double dipping? Yeah, Hellbound Commander double dips. Like, okay, anything that modifies your minions, like Sacrifice double dips, Animation double dips, Hellbent Commander double dips. Anything that modifies your minion damage double dips in modifying the additive and then the overall multiplier. And Gloom is definitely stronger than Coalesced Blood. Gloom is for sure stronger than Coalesced Blood. This math does affect Mendown as well. But pure minion damage is still better. Like, the guy who did all of the math on this stuff, his name is Ranny L, and he is legitimately, like, the man. Yeah, but you have to understand that your Soul Rift also, like, maxes out Gloom instantly in 1 second. Because it hits everything 4 times in a second, and you need 4 hits for Gloom to be maxed. So Gloom is kind of just, like, amazing. I need to go actually, like, delete all my stuff. But anyways, the guy who's like the #1 Necro in the world, his name is Randy L. And he has done like the math on all of this, and it's Trust me, the dude is... He's a little bit better at it than you and I, man. He's something else. He's got game knowledge that'll make you feel real bad about yourself. He's pretty fucking smart.
See some steel you need.
Yeah, no, I can definitely feel that for sure. But like every single time I have tried to like figure out something better than Ranny, I've just been proven wrong every time. Every time. Every time. And then I talked, and then I got to like not talk to him directly, but I have a friend who is able to talk to him, and I was able to talk to Randy through him, if that makes sense. I know it sounds weird. It was like playing telephone. Yeah, no, dude is he's basically like the Cody for necromancers, man. It's just like, it's so out of control how fucking smart that individual is. Sometimes you just gotta know that like, you ain't that guy. You ain't that guy. There's a reason why he's the best in the world. I just try to be entertaining and make content on stuff. Jeez, where are all the elites? There they are. Hello? There. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I don't even know who Kirk is. Oops. Man, I hate that. I hate it so much. Because it has phases. That's why the Andariel fight sucks so bad. Same with the Duriel fight. You found the abyssal double dip and posted to Reddit. Whether or not it's first, I don't know. Math to play around some builds. I don't just right on smart to figure out things and then yeah. I do the same, dude. I do the same. Like, the only way I can understand it as good as the people who are smarter than me is by doing it myself. And then, like, I come to a different conclusion, and then I, like, ask how did they do it, and then find out that the way that they did it was different, and I'm like, oh, that's why that's happening. And then I have to make adjustments to become better at it myself. Finishing it up. There it is. Where are my minions? Hello? They are. It's left. I acknowledged you. I acknowledged you. Got it.
That's past 3:30.
I got it. Thank you.
How I dreamed of this moment. Let us fight. That's the velocity.
There we go.
How sweet.
The story of my last 30 minutes, pretty much. I just don't want to take the 10 hours it would take the test when someone would do it for me. Makes sense. That's why content creators exist. That's how we get paid. We do the things that other people don't want to do. If my goal is to get my first mythic, should I just farm Belial on Torment 2? Torment 3 and higher? I still have actually pretend to play. If your goal is to get your first mythic, complete the seasonal journey and get your board over here to the last rank. So you need to come here. Get that. Complete this. That'll give you your 2 Resplendent Sparks, and then you can make your first mythic. That's how I would suggest doing it. Alright, cool. So, what did we get in like 35 minutes? Because I did a lot of explaining with other stuff. I got 30K. Right, I got like 34K, and I did I did like 25 minutes of talking about bullshit, right? Isn't that like 60K an hour? Unmath, I don't know what you're doing, homie, but like, what the fuck? Like, I'm getting like 60K an hour doing my strategy. I don't know what to tell you, dude. It's pretty fucking good. Yeah, no, the first step of having friends in Diablo 4 is the most difficult. That's actually the most difficult part of the seasonal journey is having a friend. Hi, you added minions to the Decrepify build? No, it's a minion build. You can do that in like 30 minutes. What, 60,000 Obdicite? If you have like, if you're on a Sork. if you're playing a Sork, you can. The strong room glitch is still active? Yeah, the strong room glitch requires a friend, dude. Like, the strong room glitch requires someone get nothing out of it so that you can get everything out of it. It's like, who would do that? You know? Like, alright, dude, the first hour is yours, the second hour is mine. Like, okay, so if you're doing the first hour, you get 60,000 or whatever, and then the second hour, you get nothing and your friend gets 60,000. Doesn't that mean in 2 hours you just got 30,000? Oh, you can go to the boss rooms and get the strong rooms? I'm going to try that. I don't know. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try the strong room with the boss room thing. People have been telling me you need to keep doing that, and I'm just like, I don't see how the math on that one works, but you know what? I'll give it a shot. Maybe I'm wrong. But I do need to get going. It's family time, so I'm going to end the stream and see you all either tomorrow or Monday. So have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching.